Alright, a couple more packs in a freebie, and then we've got all the others. Superstar Honor Roll, that is Jonathan Huberdeau, Johnny Hockey. Dadonov, Miller, Morrissey, Lowry, Verhaeghe, Peugeot, Riley. Last pack for Matt's freebie. Oh, who's on our 2 checklists? Look at that. Well, Matt, if you want to build the set, you can now do it with ease because you have both checklists. Robo, Kaprizov, Hughes, and Lafreniere. Is there another? There is not. I was hoping for another Young Gun to make that tin awesome. Devontae's, Brusk, Uyghur, Puluk, Tavares. Oh, there you go. Little debut dates on a Pius Sutter. All right, so that is Matt's freebie tin. Let's get that packaged up. That is Matt. That is tin number 1 for Matt. I should say that is tin number 2, but Matt's first tin. Alright. Matt's next tin is tin number 4. And since we're doing that, we got our cutter out. And guys, take a look on the page. Posted a 2025 multi-sport wild card, Joker's wild card of Mike Tyson. We opened that pack up before the last break. This is the card. There are numerous varieties of the Joker behind whatever athlete is up front and center. This one, obviously, Iron Mike Tyson. Every card is a 1 of 1, as shown right there. There are 20 one-card packs per box, all 1 of 1s. It's a multi-sport, so it's boxing, UFC, wrestling, hockey, baseball, basketball, football, golf, tennis. That might be it. I can't remember if there's... Oh, I think there's a Pete Weber, so there's bowling. But it is a multi-sport, so it can be anything with the different varieties of Jokers. Every card is a 1 of 1, like I said, and there will be 1 autographed 1 of 1 in a box. Probably about $25 a pack. We think we want to do that. There's been a decent amount of interest in it, and I love that stuff, so I think we'll give that a go. But next break, football right in time for the playoffs. That will be posted tomorrow after we get the shipping done for all of this. Whoa. I'm getting ahead of myself. Flossie first. All right, this is tin number 4, which is Matt's second tin. Another Cam York silver. Get that out of the way. Ooh, there's a Byfield on the gold. Or no, I'm sorry, that is the bronze. The bronze glossy rookie of Byfield. There we go. You know what? We're going to have penny sleeve Zegras. Just for that display last night. Giving the Ducks a little shot there. Because he was not happy he was traded. Alright, and Young Gun coming. Matt, this pack, Mario Ferraro, William Nylander, Wheeler, Walker, Ristolainen, Radulov, McCann. There you go. There is a Jamie Drysdale. That is one of the better Young Guns out of this. Top 10 Young Gun in this product, or I should say in this year. So, Matt, nice Jamie Drysdale right there. Once we get through the first couple tins, we'll do a super rip here so we can open all packs at once and kind of move it along quicker. But there's a Stützle. Lindblom, Wood, Smith, Keller, Backstrom, Krug, and a Robo. Robo on the Dazzler. I like Robo, so you know what? Penny sleeve that Robo. Now, I say we're going to super rip, but you know how when I say that, I always forget. All right. Kreider, Lee, Flower, little Flower, Bergeron, Toffoli, Lucic, Yari, and a Victor Hedman on the Superstar Honor Roll. Looking for at least one more Young Gun. Would love to see something goofy here. Lankinen. Oh, Lankinen. Moore agrees. There is another rookie retrospective of Ty Smith. 2 rookie retrospective Ty Smith so far for Matt, and a men card. That might be your new boy there, Matt. Ty Smith. There's a Yossi, Doughty, Jones, Pearson. I mean, who wouldn't want to collect Ty Smith? It's Ty Smith. There we go. Young Gunna coming. Anderson, Vrana, Spurgeon, Burns, Foot, Scheifele, Josh Norris, and a Blackhawk. Look at that. Blackhawk Young Gun. Mike Hardman. Old Hardman on the Blackhawks. Somewhere. I mean, a 101's a 101, right? Somewhere in one of these boxes next to me is a Mark Hardman Shield 1 of 1. It's a 101. A 101's a 101, right? Doesn't matter who it is. It's a 101. What do we hit? Oh, it's like, what is that? That is a portrait. De Kaiser, Slovich, Duncan Keith, Mr. Hall of Fame, Dylan Cousins, Konechny, there's Ty Smith, Marcel, and Austin Matthews on the portraits. That's a nice pack. There we go. A little canvas action coming. Carlson, Miller, Kaprizov, Huberdeau, Kako, Leddy, Peterson, and a Brett Murray for the Sabres. That is a Young Gun canvas. 3 Young Gun box. Brett Murray on the Young Gun canvas. Nice. There you go. Nice. A sucker for the Sabres. Alright, next pack. Kadri, Bobrovsky, Sergachev, Forsberg, Yandel, Hurdle, Myers, and another Pius Sutter debut dates. Alright, so the collation on the base. Not the greatest for Matt, but killing it on the Young Guns. Drysdale, Hardman, and a Brett Murray canvas Young Gun. That's a box. Get this one set for Matt. Come on now. There we go. Alright, and Matt's final tin. Tin number 7. This will be the super from here on out. We'll do the glossy and then we'll super rip the other packs. Alright, let's see how this collation works for Matt's first 3 tins. Oh, Quentin Byfield bronze again. And another Zegras. And a Joe Veleno, Joey V. It took 3 tins, but we got our guy Joey V again. Get that Zegras penny sleeved here. Alright, let's super rip. I wish we could find these type of deals, because they're drying up like crazy, but hockey's exploding. right now. Everybody's jumping in because for the price point, hockey is your most affordable out of all the major sports. Now that rookies / young guns from 3, 4, 5 years ago are all coming into their own, people are looking at this type of product, and it's really reasonably priced, as you can see from these. So I wish we could find this stuff like on 22, 23, 23, 24. Not so lucky because, Bedard's rookie year and all. But there's some fun breaks up there that we could still get at a hell of a price. Like, we could do a credentials break. 21, 22 credentials case. It's a 16-box case. Boxes end up being about $45 a piece. So it's not that expensive if we throw that out to, I don't know, we could actually do 16 spots where everybody gets a box. And you're looking at like $45 a spot. And there's at least one auto per box. There's all kinds of good stuff out there. So I'll post a poll once we get through this round of breaks with this, the football, all the stuff we got coming up, and then we'll see what we want to do. Oh, and pucks. Don't forget about the autographed pucks. Those are back. Martin Necas. Pesh, Follow, Larson. Young Gun. Brisson Passion. Oh, excuse me. Brisson Pasichnuk for the Sharks. See, we mentioned the Sharks, and they hit. It's like Joe Henry. Say his name. Actually, can do it like that. All right, the rest of that stack: Vainen, Falk, Gord, Girard, Puljujarvi, Palat, Lafreniere on the debut dates, Tavares, Checklist, Hughes, and Lafreniere, Dome, and Grechlik. Actually, you know what? I don't know why I put that young gun in there so quick. We gotta put the other cards down. All right. Haig, Lafreniere, Greenway, Hornquist, Nick Suzuki on the canvas. That's a nice one right there for the Canadian. Morrissey, Uyghur, Pulik, Sagan, Robinson, DeBrincat, Smith, Robin Leonard on the portraits. Tarasenko, Dadonov, Miller, Tager, Panik, Parise. There is a Wade Allison. That one is not shabby right there. Not too shabby. Wade Allison, young gun for the Flyers. I'll get this stack out of the way. So that is 2 young guns so far on this tin. Will there be a third? Seems a little early for both of them. Let's see what we got. Tyler Johnson, Bratt, Allen, Fox, Bear, Gaudreau, Zadina. There is the electromagnetic insert. That is Niles Hoglander. Heiskanen, Foligno, Skinner, Robo, Vasilevsky, Campbell, Voracek, Gallagher. There we go. There is a Zegras on the Superstar Honor Roll. Get that out of the way. And the last part of that stack for your third tin, Matt. Fowler, Meyer, Khrushchev, Marchand, Sid the Kid, Carter Hart, Anthony Mantha on the Dazzler, Trouba, Eberle, Donskal, and a Colin White finishes that tin off. All right, Matt, nice start. Let's get this set for Matt. Matt and Paul, I will get your shipping to you tomorrow once everything is packed and ready to go. All right. Next up is Billy. Billy has tin number 1 and tin number 6. I'm getting rid of this left side real quick. All right. Let's get these. All right. Come on, French young gun. What is it? Chouloup. Is that how you say it? Young gun in French? Chouloup? Or Chulu? Something like that. If I see it, I'll know, but I may be way off. All right, Billy. Tin number 1 for Billy. Peachy Glossy Bonus Pack starts it out. There he is. Billy, you got yourself a Joey V. You might have one from the other break. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Because it's gold. A little Jeremy Swayman action. And Billy, who got 2 Shane Pintos in the last break. Young Guns. This time he gets the Peachy Glossy Rookie. 2 good Young Guns they have out of this break, I'll tell you that. Pinto. Decent in his own right. That one didn't want to come out of the pack. All right. What did I miss here? Oh, nothing. All right. All right, Billy, here goes your tin. Your first tin. Alex Kerfoot, Scheifele, Norris, Konechny, Pierre-Olivier Joseph on the debut dates. White, Fowler, Meyer, Moore, Grease, Burns, Young Gun, canvas of Alex Newhook. That's a top 10 Young Gun. Alex Newhook started with the Avalanche, as you can see from this. He is now on the Canadiens, and he is having a good year. He is found his own in Montreal, so that is a good Young Gun right there. That is our first Newhook Young Gun, too. Yanni Gourde, Trouba, Eberle, Donskal. I do love them canvas. Lucic, Yari, Lankinen, Jack Hughes on the portrait, Domi, Kreitzschmidt, Colvin, Falk, Backstrom, Crude, Bergeron, Toffoli. Billy, have a Young Gun tin right here. You still got another Young Gun coming in this stack, but your Blackhawks goalie is having a decent year right there. Spencer freaking Knight. That is our first Spencer Knight to go along with our first Newhook, but we'll take that Spencer Knight. We'll even take that over a canvas Newhook. Nice, Billy. Pluk, Tavares. Checklist of Hughes and Lafreniere. Radulov, McCann, Keller. How about a Blackhawk rookie retrospective of Kevin Lankinen? Finland's own. Dadonov, Miller, Morrissey, Uyghur. All right, Young Guns are absolutely firing up here. Kubalik, Werenski, Walker, Ristolainen. There's a Marc-Andre Fleury, little flower action on the honor roll. Allen, Fox, who's getting out of my hand quick there. Tarasenko, Tierney, Laurier, LeBlanc, Simon Varlamov on the Dazzler. Ekholm, Chiron, Bratt, Johnson, Sorelli, Panarin. Young Gun? No. Bailey. There is another Young Gun somewhere. Oh, it's after Confer. Who is it? Blackhawk pack. Wyatt Kalynuk. Wyatt Kalynuk on the Young Gun for the Blackhawks. Billy's third Young Gun of his first 10. And then finishing off that stack, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Jack Hughes, and Eichel. Not too shabby on the Young Guns there. New Hook canvas, Spencer Knight, Wyatt. All right. Get Billy's tin all set. Actually, let's put that there. Oh boy. Billy's second tin. All right, glossy pack, Cam York, Quentin Byfield on the bronze, and a Trevor Zegras silver. I see the collation of the glossy rookies is the same in this case as it was in the other cases. I mean, we're getting Zegras. Let's talk to it. Come on. First few packs open. Great. What happened here? Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. That's a panini wrapper. So far they have released the packaging design and info for 2026 Topps Baseball for Flagship. We have not seen a design yet, but as soon as that pops, I will put that in the group page so you guys can see what it looks like. 75th anniversary of Topps making baseball cards. Lots of cards with actual diamonds in them for the diamond anniversary, so who's excited for that? Flagship Baseball, 6 weeks away. Justin Schultz, Sydney. Are you kidding me? 2 mem cards out of this case already. 0 mem cards out of the last case. 2 in this one, and both of them debut dates of Ty Smith. Not to be outdone by Matt. Billy, you got a Ty Smith. We need to get another 79er. That is a red swatch. Matt had the black swatch. But how about a Ty Smith mem for Billy? We'll take. Tolvanen, Falk, Gord, Bunting, Blackwood, Hedman, Hundo, Philip Denault, Morrissey, Uyghur, Puok, Tavares, DeMello, T-shirt, Dahlin, Arvidsson. Alright, so we got a mem. We still got 2 Young Guns coming. At least 2. But we got a canvas. Sean Couturier. Tarasenko. Dadonov. Miller. Demko. Anderson. Eller. Jake Gunsel on the Dazzler. Jesper Bratt. Johnson. Allen. Fox. Gallagher. Bear. Gaudreau. Zadina. There is a Mark Michaels Young Gun for the Canucks. This is the second, I do believe, of this break of Mark Michaels. Mark Michaels for Billy. That is his first Young Gun. The rest of that stack, starting out with a little Eichel. Eichel, Eklund, Chiron, Peterson, Forsberg, Yandel. And right on top of the last stack, Flyers young gun, Jackson Cates. Jackson Cates. Will there be another young gun for back-to-back 3 young gun tins? Let's see. Jackson Cates for Billy. Rest of that stack, Adrian Kempe, Yarmelson, McAvoy, Gunsel, DeBrincat, Smith, Haig, Lafreniere, Stutzel. On the debut dates, Archibald, Hoglander, Aho, Parise. We're upside down. I was going to say, do we have a whole stack of young guns coming? Sagan, Robinson. What the hell? Little Helbiuk on the honor roll. Carter, Petrie, Koskinen, and Hannafin. All right, that will do it for Billy's second tin. That one was a 2 young gun and mem pack. Michaels and Cates on the young guns. Ty Smith, another debut date. That a red swatch. All right, who is next? Next up is Bob. Bob on first hockey break in a long time. Bob's got what? 11 and 10. All right, easy enough. 11 was the first one. 10 is the second one. We are still looking for our first Caulfield and Zegras young gun out of these cases. I think we actually have hit every other big young gun that we wanted, right? Drysdale, yes. Pinto, yes. Swayman, yes. Spencer Knight, yes. Fuko, yes. I know there's another one I'm forgetting. Hopefully it's in here so I don't have to remember. I don't have to think about it too long. All right. Bob's first tin. Tin number 11. Actually, there you go. See? Said his name, he appeared. Cole Caulfield. Not too shabby here. Alex Newhook. Look at that. And a Cole Caulfield on the bronze. Actually, that is bronze. I was going to say it almost had a different hint, or hue, if you will, but that is because of the light. That we're going to top load for Bob. That is a gold Cole Caulfield to go along with his silver. Or, I'm sorry, bronze. We need to get you a gold. All right. Wow. All right. See, this is the one downfall of packs that are 5 years old. They are a little bit brittle at times. For the most part, though, at least held up decent. There we go. That's a good one. That is what we call first world problems. People making fun of how the hockey cards are packaged. Oh boy. This one just exploded. 5 pieces, that pack. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys, who is down for some Marvel Studios? Topps Pro Marvel Studios. We can go light and do something like blasters or megas, something like that, or we could go crazy and do a hobby box. But if anybody's down for Marvel Studios stuff, let me know. Justin Schultz, John Gibson, Silverberg, Farabee. Mikey Anderson on the rookie retrospective for the Kings. Monahan, Kapanen, Dylan Strome. There's a Mr. Happy. Little Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid for the Oilers. Gurnov, Landeskog. Varlamov on the honor roll. Carlson, Perron, Coyle, Weber, Gaudreau, Zadina, Demko. What is... Okay, Matthew Tkachuk. We're just going to stop doing that because I don't like the way they're falling out of my hand. Let me go with smaller. You know what? It's a Hawk. I like him. I'm not happy he's not on our team. Least we can do for him, give him a penny sleeve. Little DeBrincat. Robo, Zucker, Schmaltzy, Voracek, Gallagher, Bear, and a young gun, Wyatt Kalynuk. Second Wyatt Kalynuk of the break for Bobby. Black Hawk for Bobby. There we go. Little Wyatt Kalynuk. Speaking of Blackhawks, there's a Kurashev, Heiskanen, Foligno, and a Skinner. Ooh, I feel a canvas. Hedman, Zuccarello, Varlamov, Ty Smith, our boy, making a run at Joey V. Anders Lee, Andre Fleury, Yossi, who's hiding behind Yossi? Doughty, Dahlin, Arvidsson, Bunting, Blackwood, and a Shesterkin, Igor Shesterkin. That is an awesome looking card. Although it was cut odd, that is a piece of the card still attached. That should have been cut off because it is massively off-centered. Huh. You do not see miscuts like that too often. So let's make sure we get this in there for Bob. Miles Wood, Riley Smith, Kreider, Anderson, Eller, DeMello, Heischer, Voracek on the portraits, Wheeler, Stützle, Lindblom, and then Jordan Stahl, Stevenson, Jones, Ristolainen, R2 Ristolainen on the young gun for the Sabres. Bob, I know people, I think this, I mean, it's not a big young gun. Take a look at the prices on them, but I know people that will pay you $5 cash money for this card. So, mini bounty, if you will, on R2 Ristolainen. That is a $5 holla if you want to get rid of it. And if you do, let me know. That will go right to Buffalo, to Troy. Peterson, Namastinkov, Ferraro, and a Nylander. That is Bob's first of 2 tins. Bob's second tin. Glossy pack first. Well, that, my friends, is a gold. As you can see from the difference there, that is the gold Cole Caulfield. Bob's just raking in the O-Pee-Chee glossies. This might be the best glossy pack we have seen. Let's see, who is behind? Because here is Spencer Knight. Denisenko. All right, we've not had one where all three have been studs, but we'll take a gold Caulfield and a bronze Spencer Knight any day of the week, especially out of the bonus pack. Could do without that. But Bob's second tin. We're more than halfway through. Oh, this is our halfway mark. Johnny Hockey, Zadina, Demko, Ilya Sorokin on the electromagnetic insert. Slavin, Kempe, Yalmerson, McAvoy, Campbell, Voracek. Okay, felt like really thick there. Gallagher, Bear. Canvas on Alex Killorn for the Lightning. Bobrovsky, Sergachev, Nedeljkovic, Jokic, Crosby, Hart, Vasilevsky, Ukko! I'm sure there is something that would be offered for this, Bob, if you wanted to get rid of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on the Dazzler. Actually, just because of the name, I might give you $1 for it. Miller, Kaprizov. Sticking to the back of Kaprizov was Jonathan Huberdeau, Kadri. Did I call Gaudreau Johnny Hockey? Huberdeau is Johnny Hockey. I might have screwed that one up. Pesh, Iafallo, Larson, Marchand. Dakota Joshua, young gun for the Blues. Unfortunately, I do not have any knowledge of anybody looking for Dakota Joshua, but I could be wrong. It is still a young gun. St. Louis is somewhat local. There is Dakota Joshua on the young gun. Duncan Keith, Cousins, Carlson, Puljujarvi, Platt, Nietzsche, Sharon Govich on the debut date. Vrana, Spurgeon. Who's behind Spurgeon there hiding? De Kaiser and Rosalovic. Farabee, Jordan Staal, Stevenson. A JVR? Van Riemsdyk on the canvas. Hannafin, Archibald, Hoglander, Aho, Schultz, Gibson, Silverberg, portrait of Sidney Crosby. As good as you get on the portraits. And then the rest of that stack, which there will be a young gun in here. Hull, Carter, Petrie, Koskinen, Kachuk, Connor McDavid, Guryanov, Landeskog. Bob, you're getting the ones that I can get you mini bounties on. Another Sabre. Matthias Samuelsson. Yeah, I think I forgot to mention that to you guys on the last case. I've got a bunch of Buffalo guys that are always looking for Buffalo Young Guns and inserts. Not base, but, you know, stuff that usually doesn't sell around here, but we can get rid of it for something. So let me know if you want to get rid of that one too. That is a Matthias Samuelsson. Gensel, Hayes, Brody. All right, that is Bob's second. All right, up next, Paul. Paul is up with tins 5 and 8. So 5 would come first, 8 would come second. Let's move those back. Second tin, we are still looking for Caulfield and Zegras. Caulfield and Zegras Young Guns. All right, bonus pack. Spencer Knight on the silver, Denisenko and Cam York. Because he's Spencer Knight, I'm penny sleeving. Okay, this was super glued. Jeez. The heck was... Oh. An animal playing with something down there. And well, it ain't a card, so that's all I'm worried about. You follow Larson, Marchant, Sidney Crosby on the portrait, Meyer, Kurashev, Heiskanen, Foligno, Puljujarvi, Palat, Nietzsche, Pesh. First, young gun for Paul, Jeffrey Veal for the Sharks. I am not familiar with Jeffrey Veal's game. Could be Vile, but I would hope his last name is not Vile, but it could be spelled that way. I'm going to call him Jeffrey Veal. We like Veal. Donskal, White, Fowler, Greenway, Hornqvist, Gerard, and little Taylor Hall action. Taylor Hall in the electromagnetic. He might be the new Gaylord Perry and play for everybody in the NHL. Falk, Gord, Trouba, Eberle, DeBrincat, Smith, Haig, Lafreniere, Varlamov on the honor roll, Domi, Grechlik, Talvain, Parise, Segan, Robinson. Penny sleeve coming for Robo, because I like Robo. And these were one of the better Dazzler years. All right, Uyghur, Pulok, Tavares, Hughes and Lafreniere on the checklist. Johnny Gaudreau, Zadina, Demko. This is Zach Jones. Not too shabby there, young gun. Little Zach Jones. Shea Weber, Monahan, Kapanen, Strome. Rest of that tin. Campbell, Voracek, Gallagher, Bear, Joe Pavelski on the hundo, Carlson, Perrone, Coyle, Sidney Crosby, Carhart, Vasilevsky, Canvas, Young Gun Canvas for the Maple Leafs, Venny Vavilion. Vinny Vavilion. I guarantee you I butchered that name. That is too many consonants on that last name. But that is a Young Gun canvas. Let's see. Vavalainen. Oh. It's Venny Vavalainen. How did I not get that name? It's Vavalainen. Skinner, Robo, Zucker, Schmaltz. All right, that is Paul's first tin. Let's get that situated here for Paul. Whoa, whoa. All right, Paul's second tin. All right, Glossy bonus pack first. Nice way to start. Zegras on the bronze. A Joey V. And a Swayman silver. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You know what? Who are we kidding? Why are we picking on Joey V? This guy's been everywhere. All over both cases. Alright, Paul's second. Bailey, Confer, Tierney, Delorier. Oh! Well, Jack Acan for the Bruin on the Young Gun for Paul. Alright, Ekholm, Chiron, Bratt, Bennington, Sorelli, Panarin, Lucic on the Hundo, Kuznetsov, Dubois, Jack Hughes, Eichel, Moore, Devontaes, DeBrusque, and UC Saros. And before anybody asks, no, none of the Buffalo guys I know want Jack Eichel. Pavel Zacha on the canvas. Theodore, Merzlikins, Edmondson, Foley, Lucic again, Yari, Lankinen, Patty Kane, where he should be in a Hawks uniform, Terry, Giroux, Boquist, Backstrom, Krug, Bergeron, there he is. There is one of the good ones. A Jeremy Swayman Young Gun for Paul. Nice. Do believe I have a Jeremy Swayman Young Gun in a PSA 10 that came back not too long ago. Let me pull that out and take a look at it again. That is a Swayman Young Gun. By the way, speaking of PSA 10s, I mean, look at that. That's just awesome. A Matty Beniers Seismic Gold PSA 10. Oh, what's that? There's only 25 of them on a rookie auto? Not to brag, but how you doing? Dobin, Makar, Vanasek, Henrique, Ristolainen, Radulov, McCann, Keller. PSA has been lucky lately. I mean, the wait times are stupid, but the rewards have been decent. DeBrincat, Hoglander, Aho, Nurse, Kubalik, Werenski, Walker. There's a Marchand on the honor roll. Petrie, Koskinen, Hannafin, Archibald. And then the end of that tin, Confer, Tierney, Laurier. What is... Oh, what the... LeBlanc, Voracek on the Dazzler, Brody, Hall, and Carter. Alright, that will do it for Paul's second tin. Let's get that all set and packed. And that will bring us to the next one. Pete with spots 7, or no, I'm sorry. Pete with 9 and 3. 9 comes first, then 3. Who's got 12? Oh, that's the house spot. The non-freebie. All right, Pete, good luck on these. We'll be out to see you, Pete. Not this weekend. Got a Bears game to go to on Saturday, but probably the weekend after that. All right, Pete. Tin number 1 for you. Let's do the glossy first. Couple bronze and a silver. Byfield on the bronze. Not bad. Zegras on the silver. And a Joey V. Joey V. Somebody out of these two breaks, these two case breaks for the tins, has got to have the Joey V rainbow. If somebody puts together the Joey V rainbow, we will give you a $5 break credit. But you have to send the Joey V rainbow to us. Actually, since you got to send it to us, we'll give you a $10 break credit if you put the Joey V rainbow together. Because we need to get like a little, we're going to get some kind of display for back here. But wow, does this feel thin? Like there's 8 cards in here. Yeah, that's really thin. I don't know what happened to that pack. And I think what we should do is put together all of our mascots of the guys we see nonstop for the products that we break. And Joey V, you're up there, buddy. All right, Pete, your first tin. Morgan Riley, Robo and Kaprizov on the checklist. Taze, DeBrusk, Huberdeau on the Dazzler. Kaprizov, base Huberdeau. Kadri, Lowry, Verhaeghe, Peugeot, Brisson, Pasichnuk for your first Young Gun. Pasichnuk on the first Young Gun for Pete. And then the rest of that part of the stack, Duncan Keith, Dylan Cozens, Carlson, Miller, Varlamov, Shen, Chabot, Horvat, Niles Hoglander on the electromagnetic, Spurgeon, DeKaiser, Roslovich, Blackwood, Hedman, Zuccarello. There's a canvas of Drake Batherson. Batherson on the canvas. Martin Jones, Pearson, Anderson, Vrana. Continuing on with that 10. Dahlin, Arvidsson, Bunting, Torrey Krug on the portrait, Anders Lee, Andre Fleury, Yossi, Doughty, DeLaray, LeBlanc, Kubalik. That's not too shabby for a Young Gun. Philippe Gustafsson. Philippe Gustafsson on the Young Guns for the Sens. Gensel, Hayes. Oh, who's sticking to Hayes? TJ Brody is. Holt. Breadman, Bailey, Confer, Tierney. Hundo of Brady Tkachuk, Kempe, Hjalmarsson. Man, they're still flying out. McAvoy, Saros, Bennington, Sorelli, Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky, Sergachev, Nel Jokic, and Slavin. Get this one set and ready for Pete. Even with top loaders, these fit in there nice. All right, next tin for Pete. All right, on the bronze. bronze. Actually, that is the gold. Jeremy Swayman on the gold. A Pinto and a Caulfield. There you go. There's our best one. 3 solid glossy rookies. That goes to Pete. Good bonus pack. And then our base pack. I guess you could call them base packs, but our regular packs. Good Lord. There is shrapnel everywhere. Gotta get the shot back out before the light gets on. Wrappers keep exploding like that, though. That's gonna be fine. Goodness gracious. There we go. 5 or 6 explodes out of that one. Shrapnel. Alright. Norris, Konechny, Smith. Young gun for the Avs. Keaton Middleton. Keaton Middleton is the young gun to start us off on Pete's second tin. Keaton Middleton. Terry, Giroux, Boquist, Theodore, Nietzsche, Pesh, Yafalo, Nikita Kucherov on the electromagnetic, Krechik, Tolvanen, Falk. Make sure we don't have an avalanche over there. Gord, Hornquist, Gerard, Puljujarvi, Palat, Shattenkirk. I haven't seen Shattenkirk in a while. Kevin Shattenkirk on the canvas. If you want to. Do we not want to? Oh, we got to cover that up. There we go. Shattenkirk. Do the small stack. Tavares, Hughes and Lafreniere, Domi, Haig, Lafreniere, Greenway, David Perron on the Dazzler, Miller, Morrissey, Uyghur, Polok, Sagan, Robinson, DeBrincat, Smith. There's a Tarmo Runanen. Or Runanen. We're going to go with Runanen. Runanen sounds... nah. Tarmo Runanen. Rangers young gun. Adam Fox, Tarasenko, Dadonov, Tager, Panic, Parise, Keandre Miller on the debut dates, Chiron, Bratt, Johnson, Allen, Forsberg, Yandel, Hurdle, ahead of myself, Myers, and John Tavares on the honor roll. A little bit of a stack here left in Pete's second tin. And that starts with Jack Hughes, Eichel, Ekholm, Marchessault, Kakko, Leddy, Peterson, Merzlikins, Edmondson, Kuznetsov, Pierre-Luc Dubois. That is Pete's second tin, which leaves us with 1 tin left. That is the house. Alright, let's see. We've not had a house spot in quite a while. And it's the last tin of the break. It was on the bottom. Is that good? Is that bad? We're about to find out. Is it Last Tin Mojo? Is that a thing? Alright, glossy pack. Give me the Joey V Rainbow right out of here. Nope. Alright, Silver Swayman. Bronze Pinto. Silver Newhook. Okay. Of course they're going to do this to me on the last 10. Yep. Alright, last 10 of the break. This is the House Spot. Tierney. 3 mems in one case. Last case, 0. This one, 3. Is he a bust? Is he not a bust? Are we calling him that yet? Lafreniere on the one color blue swatch. Sergachev, Nedorovich, Riley. Oh, that's a can. I was going to say, what's red? What's red? Robo Kaprizov, Taze. Braden Holtby on the canvas. Spurgeon, Kaiser, Roslovich, Duncan Keith, Horvat, Lowry, Verhage, Peugeot. Woo! All right. Cole Caulfield, Rookie Dazzler. Grading potential? Grading potential? No. We're a little bit chipped along the top there. We take, though. We take. Pearson, Anderson, Vrana, Varlamov, Shen, Shabbat, Tanner Lachinsky. That is our second Tanner Lachinsky with 0 Caulfield and Zegras Young Guns. You have a chance for 1 with the rest of the stack we got, but literally got everybody else. Oy. Fleury, Yossi, Doughty, Jones, Bunting, Blackwood, Hedman, Zuccarello, Rookie Retrospective, Niles Hoglander. If we do get a Zegras or a Caulfield, I will tell you right now, and you guys are my witness, we will figure out some way to give it away. Riley Smith, Chris Kreider, Anders Lee, maybe we will send it off for grading if it looks good, and when it comes back, we will do a giveaway. Rasmus Dahlin, Arvidsson, Rustalainen on a Young Gun. I can redeem a bounty for myself. I can redeem a $5 bounty. R2 Ristolainen, Buffalo Young Gun Canvas. As soon as this is over, as soon as we are packed for shipping, pictures of this will be going to Buffalo so I can get my $5. Wheeler, Stutzel, Lindblom, Wood, Anderson, Eller, DeMello, Kaprizov on the portrait. All right, a little bit small stack here to go. There will be 1 Young Gun. Come on. Oh, this shrapnel. Peterson. Where is it? Is that our Young Gun? That is our Young Gun. That's a goalie. It looks like Spencer Knight. Namastinkov, Ferraro, Nylander, Farabee, Stahl, Stevenson, Jones. It is a Spencer Knight Young Gun. Are we grade worthy here? That's pretty clean. You know what? We might take a shot here and just send this off. Yes, it will take 3.5 months, but for a shot at a 10 on a Spencer Knight, yeah, we'd get our grading cost back and maybe $5, but it's worth it for a Black Hawker. Monahan, Kapanen, and Strome will end that. All right, guys, thank you so much for the fill. That will do it for the second case of the tins. If you guys want to hold for 30 seconds, I will show you the next break. Pack this up. And this. All right, the next break is going to be a football break. We have not done football in a while. There's just not been a lot of new releases. Some of the prices on what's out there is just insanity. Let's get the camera set. But we're going to do a 4-box break. 4 mega boxes of brand new 2025 football. 3 Revolutions. So let's just do the 3 Revolutions and a Phoenix. This is going to be just like the baseball. You're going to like this. This will be... I got to look at my little sheet here. I don't want to say what I think it is if I am wrong. Okay, so we have got 3 Revolution, 1 Phoenix. Here's what I was going to say. $20 a spot. These boxes are in the 60s and above. So we are going to do $20 a spot, 10 spots. Everybody gets 3 teams. There will be 2 double teams. But this will hopefully be posted tomorrow, just in time for your weekend playoff action. If this fills on Saturday, it will not break Saturday. We are going to the Bears game. So if this fills Saturday, we will break it Sunday. If it's an instant fill, we will see what time it is and see if we can break it tomorrow. But pretty much bank on this breaking on Sunday. So something to think about. Football's out there. We also want to do 2025 Wild Card Joker's Wild. Every card is a one-on-one. 1 card in the box is a one-on-one auto. So let's do those. We will get the pucks. We have got a lot on the horizon. Thank you guys for filling this. Those that paid for shipping, like I said, I will get you your shipping info tomorrow. But that will do it for today. Thanks, guys. We will see you soon.